Well, hello, valued viewers. How's everybody doing out there? Hope you're all working hard, staying warm, and enjoying the holiday season. This week, we're going to finish up this 1984 Honda ATC 110 three-wheeler we've been restoring over the last few videos. I'll leave some links to the earlier videos in the description below, just in case you missed those and want to check them out. At the end of last week's video, we got some fancy new stickers, so let's rock and roll and get them on the bike. The original mud flaps were just as shredded and cracked up as the plastics were, so let's grab the plastic welder and see if we can fix them up good as new. After all the cracks were welded up, I smoothed out all the scuffs with some 400 grit sandpaper. I then applied a bunch of light dustings of plastic dip on the mud flaps from a bunch of random directions. Yeah, buddy, there's a nice before and after shot. I was really happy with the finish of the plastic dip. It looks like an original mud flap, and it should hold up nice over time. And if I ever do scratch it, I can peel it off and recoat it within a few minutes. Now the only thing missing are the pretty red letters, so let's draw those up on the computer, chop up some automotive grade vinyl on the cutter, and finish these bad boys up. The seat foam had a couple of big chunks missing from the back, so I cut the bad part off to a nice straight line, and I'm going to glue on some high density closed cell foam as a repair. After the spray adhesive dried up, I cut the new chunk of foam to a rough general shape using a serrated bread knife. I then used a little wire wheel on a drill to get the shape a little bit closer and finished it all up with a little bit of sandpaper. After everything was sanded to shape, I thought it would be a good idea to glue a garbage bag down over the entire works to smooth out the seam between the original foam and the new foam. But after getting the seat cover on, I found out that didn't work too well because you could still see the seam through the seat cover. Ah well, I figured out a better idea and we'll get to that shortly. While I'm working on the seat cover, I want to give a shout out to another three-wheeler nut over at the channel This Old Trike. He's got a ton of three-wheeler videos over there that I highly recommend watching. And besides, check out all of his bikes in that header image. Look at this dude. As I'm finishing up with the vinyl, you can definitely see there are still some imperfections in the foam showing through the seat cover, but after doing a little reading on some motorcycle websites, I found just the stuff to fix the problem. I ended up gluing down a layer of this stuff called flex foam over the whole works. It's basically a flexible fabric with a really thin layer of foam bonded to it. It's just a ticket to cover up all the glue seams. Now you can find this stuff at Walmart or online. Just search for flex foam sew-in fabric. Yeah, that's nice work. Looks like new again. I'll let you know how it holds up over time. The bike was missing the toolbox lid, and I'm a little bit too cheap to pay for what folks want for them on eBay, so let's just make one out of some HDPE plastic and the plastic welder. Yeah, that'll work just fine until I can find a real lid. Yeah, she's definitely coming along and looking just like a twin to Dad's two-wheel conversion. These guys are going to look great together at a car show. But before that happens, we need to do a little wrenching on this 110 CDI engine that we found on the Facebooks. Now this guy runs perfectly, but as an added bonus, it won't shift. So let's pull it apart and see what's up. Well, there's your problem right there. The little shift arm dealy bobby that spins the star spinner gear selector thing, he doesn't look too hot. Let's grab the welder and fix the problem right up. Yeah, that'll do just fine. Now let's put everything back together and get some new oil seals and gaskets on while we're at it. The engine we got was a silver version from an earlier model, but the 83 needed black side covers. So let's remedy the problem and get everything all prettied up with a little single stage automotive paint. I like to paint the blocks with a single stage silver as well. Everything looks nice and new, and any dirt or grease that you get on it comes right off with a little wash job. Now the head's a little different story. There's a good chance the heat will burn or yellow normal paint, so I like to use the ceramic header paint up here. Now that the paint's all dried up, let's put the side covers back on and put the electric coil thingy spark making happener parts back together. Duplicolor engine paint works really well to clean up the cylinder. Plus, it's really gas resistant once it gets baked on. While we're struggling to get the engine back in, I want to ask you something. I have another ATC 110 engine that I need to rebuild, so let me know in the comments below if you want me to do a dedicated, complete tear down and rebuild video of that, and I'll get right on it. Hey, if you like what you're seeing here, please subscribe to the channel and be sure to click the notification bell so you'll know when I post new videos. Or follow me on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, or my website, BigfootBikesandBrews.com, for some exclusive sneak peeks of what I'm working on for future videos. I'm busy restoring a bunch of vintage bikes as well as working on some sweet custom builds that I want to share with you. I'm going to try to get a new video out the door early in the morning every week, so be sure to click that notification bell and have your phone ready in the morning, so you'll have something to do while you poop. Now it's time for some finishing touches. I picked up an original rack for the ATC, sandblasted it down, primed it up in epoxy primer, and now I'm coating it in truck bed liner. Yeah, that's going to work great. Now let's get up in this thing's business and take a look at how things turned out down below. Just a few more stickers here and there, and we should have the engine pretty much showroom quality. I repainted the CDI Pulsar timing advance thingy cover when I was painting the engine side covers, and now I'm using a little sandpaper to remove the paint from the raised fins and lettering. Yeah, that's nice work. Let's get it back on the motor. It looks like I'll need to replace that old spark plug in the future, but I think we got enough spark to get her running. Let's put some gas in it and see what happens. Nice! She started on the first pull. Let's take it for a spin and see if I remember how to ride on 3 wheels. It's been a few decades. Thanks again to everybody for sticking around. I think I'm going to do another trail riding video next week, so be sure to subscribe if you don't want to miss out on that fun, and I'll see you next week. Alright, I hope you liked this episode of Bigfoot Bikes and Brews. Click on one of the videos here if you want to see some more, and please click on the Bigfoot button to subscribe to the channel and join in on the fun. See you next week.